Welcome to Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. And as you can see, I got myself in a bit of a predicament. I'm working on a drainage main here. And my dad and I remember my dad and I being in this hole when I was just a young boy. And there was a tree growing right here. And Dad said, someday, boy, that tree's going to be a problem. In fact, its roots are going to go for that main, that main drainage pipe. And all those little tile drain into this main. So if this main is cut off, basically this field is not draining. And this field cannot yield what it's capable of. And guess what? I just split this out. Sure enough, look at right here. Plug this drain completely off. Here's the root, and it's solid mud. And the water is just sitting here with nowhere to go. This isn't good. I think like this drain, I think some of us have things in our life that block the flow, that block us from doing something great. Sometimes they're good things. We have so many good things that we miss out on something great. Sometimes they're things that shouldn't be in our life, and they just basically plug it up. You know, Gideon in the Bible, we read about in Judges, Gideon basically was called to basically free the Israelites. And he was an interesting guy. Whoa! He was an interesting guy because he said, I'm the least of my clan. I can't do this. But the Lord said no, and he showed himself real to Gideon. And you know, Gideon went, and it was an interesting day because Gideon went out, and at that time they worshiped all different idols. And Gideon went out and he destroyed those idols. And there was an investigation done on these idols that people were worshiping rather than the one true God. And they discovered it was Gideon that did it. And they basically wanted to put him to death. And Gideon's dad stepped in and said, whoa, hold the phone. Yeah, my son did this, but let the gods fight their own battle. Let these idols fight for themselves over Gideon. Let them return payment for what's been done. But Gideon did something important. He knew that Israel couldn't be fruitful. They couldn't yield and do what they were capable of with these evil idols in their life. You know, just down that road, I had a farm, and I was doing working fields for a fella and planting crops, and I had to go down this steep hill towards the creek. And I'll never forget, I planted it, and I was on my way back home, and it was a steep hill down by the creek, and I was coming up, and I had a big, heavy drill. And all of a sudden, I could feel the tractor start to shake. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is bad. And I got just about to the top of the hill, and the fuel filter plugged. And the tractor started to shake a little more, and then it stopped. I had no brakes, I had no nothing, and it just went backwards. And I had a drill, and I'm worried that and it's a big bank, and if I go over, it's bad news. I maneuvered it and somehow jackknifed it into a laneway. And just as I jackknifed it into a laneway, a transport came over that hill. I just missed being hit by a transport. I never forgot that. I want to have good, clean filters in my life, and I think we need good, clean filters, because if we stop what we're doing, we're not effective. Maybe there's something in your life that you've allowed. Maybe it's an idol, maybe it's something that you know shouldn't be there. Maybe it's good things that have held you back from something great. But I encourage you to do like Gideon. Remove those things that are holding you back from doing something great. And I'm about to remove this root and this mud from this drain so this farm can drain and yield and make some money. What are you going to do in your life? Clean up those areas that need to be cleaned up. And that's been Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. Take care. God bless.